when we're communicating God's word to people, we need to have an authenticity at the level of the exegesis, that is the study that we've done for that presentation. How do we get that? Well, obviously we need to put the work in. We need to be diligent in our study. We need to get away from this idea that I'm studying a passage to find a message. Because once you've preached a few times, you can spot a message almost instantly. You can easily find some points to say, but we need to slow down and say, no, I really want to study this passage. In fact, I want to understand this passage with humility and recognizing there's always more to learn. But one thing that I find helpful is to think, okay, hypothetically, if the author was here and he heard me explaining it, would he recognize what I'm saying? Now, thankfully, I don't have to preach to the Apostle Paul, but if he was there, I'd like to think that he would say, yeah, that's pretty much what I was trying to say. I'm sure he could say it better, and that, it's not an arrogant thing, but it's just a sort of little test for myself. Do I really get this? Have I understood this, not just the details, but how they work together, how the text flows, the coherence of it? And have I understood it to a level where my explanation would satisfy the author if he was listening? And then, of course, I need to study further than what I'm going to say. I don't want to give everything in my sermon, and then someone comes up, asks a question, and discovers I've got nothing else. And so I actually need to study more than I end up saying. But that's kind of the way I would go. For an authentic exegesis, keep in mind, you've got to do the work. Do the work to a point where you understand it, where you can humbly be confident that the author would agree with what you're saying, because that's important, and then know more than what you say, because you will get asked questions.